Hello, hello, hello. I was finally able to erase pencil lines. And you can see my Ditko pinup. Shall we continue with Sketchbook Destroyer tonight? I usually don't do this. A lot of times I'm playing games. I'm avoiding playing Factorio. I kind of want to restart it, but I thought I would do another Sketchbook Destroyer. Let's do a creeper, but maybe not a Ditko creeper. Maybe another character, another artist. Um, Me, I'm doing. I'm really copying the pose though. I'm looking at who is this dude that drew this? There's a guy named John Lucas. And I don't know John Lucas really. But he drew a pretty cool creeper pose. Um I wonder, this I don't feel too bad about, making it my own. With Ditko, I want to, you know, I want to learn from it. I'm sure there's plenty I could learn from this dude too. But it's not like learning from Ditko. By the way, today is the April 10th. The Qbert online session starts today. You can still sign up for classes that haven't begun yet. The class I highly recommend for anybody who wants to do comics is narrative art. Current teacher of that is Emma Qbert. I've already strayed away from it. So this is no longer a Lucas style Kirby. I mean, a Lucas style creeper. This is going to be a me style creeper because I've already kind of failed to fit the characters where they need to be. I mean, the figure, the form. Oh, how about I do like the idea of Pointer and Pinky going the same direction. How about that? It really could have been DC's Spider-Man if they had wanted to really support him. But I don't think the editorial policies at DC would have been any better for Ditko than the ones at Marvel. He was just too much of his own guy. This is a foreshortened leg. How about this one? How about to get Creeper right? He's got this crazy ruff, and I'll admit that I've never quite gotten it right. It can even kind of almost becomes a tail at the end. Maybe I'm going too far with it. Maybe I'm not going far enough. It's kind of funny. I'm so into drawing on the iPad. I'm like, can I just zoom in on this area so I can draw it a little bit better? No, you cannot. He's got a little bit of the Joker in him. It's got this. It's not a smile. It's a rictus. I don't focus as much on the anatomy. I should be putting way more thought into it. Oh, he's got like these weird, like they're not quite gloves, but it's like a fur ruff where the glove mark would be. What a costume designer. All right. So I think that should be like a big over the shoulder, you know, like the fur comes in. And then here's the center line. One of the things that's kind of both fortunate and unfortunate is, of course, we have David Finch, who has a very popular YouTube channel. He's teaching people how to draw. Um, but he's teaching more than just fundamentals. He's actually teaching people to do this sort of pencil rendering, where you're actually doing what looks like should be the inker's job. You know, where you're doing these sort of um, like if the light were coming from here, you would draw these kind of feathered things. And then, of course, we would have darkness here. I feel like that's more on the realm of the inker. Oh, you know what we should do is we should black out his face. If we have the light back here. Also, I want to make his eyes crazier. How do we make a crazy-eyed dude? His mouth a little bit more, you know what I mean? Well, this guy looking crazy. That's what's cool about the creeper. Which face hides my enemy? The fury of Proteus. On these curlicues, another thing I like to do square off one end of the I did it here and here, a couple of squared off curls. Okay. How long did that take? 9 minutes. Alright, so let's ink it. Where's my dip pen? I've got a brush. That's good to know. Here's my dip pen right here. Alright, I got a dip pen. It looks relatively clean. One thing I don't have and I need to have is some paper towels just in case. And I have my Kuretake ink. Got a piece of paper towel. Just in case. Just in case. Now, where do you start with a figure like this? I think you can start anywhere. Um, on a full scene, I'm not a pinup artist. I mostly do sequentials, and so I have a very specific process with sequentials where I'm doing the front first, and then I work my way back. you know. Um, I'm gonna try and get some of these curves. Oh shit, man! All right, here we go. Should I be doing top left first so that I don't smear? I could do that. It's an idea. This is one of my squared off curves. Didn't do a great job with that one. All right. Um, It's not be beyond my skill level because it's so curvy. Everything's a curve on this figure. Just because of the way I drew it. And I started drawing it after this image I saw online, and then I changed the pose. So I guess I'm not really drawing it after that guy anymore. Maybe I am. Maybe they'll look at it and go, yep, it's mine. I drew that first. I actually was I didn't look very hard, but I wanted to find one of the covers from the original run, because those are really cool. The ones, Which Face Hides My Enemy, and some of the others. Good times. Good times with those. Like, if you didn't know who Creeper was, and for the longest time I didn't, he was such a mysterious character. He should have been a Charlton character. This character at Charlton would have been bomb. This would have been awesome. Shout out once again to God Loves Comics. He goes, oh, I don't usually buy any comics swag, but I got this couple of t-shirts, and one of the t-shirts was like a Charlton Comics t-shirt. And sure enough, if you go on Teespring, Charlton's out of business, so there's tons of people selling stuff with the Charlton logo on it. I'm like, that's old school. So I bought immediately a Charlton logo t-shirt. That's something I would have liked to have had back in the day. All right, we're not going to show his thumb on this one because he just doesn't have thumb in a good place. One thing I forgot to do on last night's video is zoom in. During the render period, I can actually do a crop and zoom. So I mean, I could do it now, but if I bring the camera down now, it'll unfocus things. I think I might just unfocus it now with my by moving my finger towards it. And rather than deal with that, ran out of ink mid-stroke. All right, should I get in there and do the face? This is one of those where we're gonna look at it later and go, you know what? He did not do a great drawing. You saw I took 9 minutes on the drawing. It's not. This is about the inking for me more than the drawing at this point, anyways. I'm still a student. I'm still learning how to draw feet. Gosh darn it. And knees. The knee continues to stymie me. Because of those fringy areas. He's a fringe character. He's on the edge. I have to admit, I kind of wonder sometimes if I shake my Kurataki bottle here, I can always hear ink sloshing around in there, and then I dip my pen in, and I feel like there's no ink in there. Of course, I can't really feel when it's touching the ink. I'm going to take roughly the same approach I do with my um, digital stuff, where I try and get an outline first, and I kind of go in and detail out the forms. But this is the problem when you get used to working digital. I also do a lot of erasing. I go, oh, that was too thick of an outline. Let me go and fix that. This will not go like the one from last night. If you enjoyed the note from last night, this will be different. Unfortunately. And not in a good way. I mean, it's going to go. It's because I don't have really, I'm flying without a reference here. I'm kind of on my own. The Ditko one, it's laid out perfectly. Like everything is perfect. And then what sucks because I don't know, I'm getting close there. All right. The face is where it'll either pop or suck. So let's go ahead and they look menacing. Supposed to be stripes on this thing too. Hey, when you run out of ink, right as you're making your point. All right, I'm gonna have to go for some extreme shading under here. If I want the light coming from the back, we definitely need to accomplish something. Let's double down on that shit, man. Doubling down. Fun police. I want him to have an air of menace. Have I accomplished it? She has this wild hair. The ruff is red, like this shoulder ruff thing, but I think the hair is green, so it pops. Like visually, this character is like it's the perfect '60s, fucking mod character. We're getting somewhere. You got to get somewhere. As long as I don't F it up, I'm happy with the face. I do want to do some kind of cheekbone. Let's say that's enough right now. Okay. Someday maybe. All right. Now here's a part that I didn't draw is I want the fur ruff to come around this side. Like I started to draw it here. Why didn't I continue with that? Oh, because I was worried about this arm. I was thinking I wouldn't be able to pull it off, but I think I can. Almost want to. I did a good line there. That's a broken line right there. Okay. Oh, shit. I want to put my hand here and the stand is in the way. All right, here we go. All right. Let's do an Empyrean Vol style hand. I can't draw a hand like anybody but myself. That's one of the places where your style comes out. If you're wondering what your style is. Now, people disagree with me, including my co-admin, Shell Presto. She says, you can change your style. And this is my belief, and I don't mean this to be contradictory or too against other people. My belief is that you can't change your style. That the way you draw when you're 12, 10 years old, once you get the basic forms down, like once you figure out what you're doing, that's your style. And my proof of that is that Todd McFarlane book where it's like he's showing some of the stuff he did when he was a kid. and it's sucky, right? You can see it's all, kind of jacked up. But he's starring Spider-Man and a couple other things in there, and there it is, and it's all sucky, but it's recognizably Todd McFarlane from the jump. You go, of course that's Todd McFarlane. Like, you can see it; it's all there. Every bit of his style is already in stone before he's any good, and I feel that's true for everyone. You can get better at things. You can improve your skills, but I think skills are separate from style, and and then there's aping. You can ape a style. And you go, yeah, yeah, I'm learning how to draw the manga style or whatever. But that doesn't mean it's your style. Your style is what you already have. All right, what do I got here? I think it's going to be like right there. This is the hand that I where I really got away from the reference, so I'm really flying blind here. Okay. So, like when I was doing last night, when I was doing the Ditko study, that was me trying to learn. And I was actually had a couple specific goals. I was trying to really learn clothing folds, for one, practice with an ink nib holder. That's two. Oh, shoot. I don't know if this can fly. I want to use a nice thick outline over there. Like in a perfect world, if I weren't filming this, I'd be spinning this book around. I'm doing this Neil Adams trick where you hold it with a three, hold it with your three, and then you can rotate it like this. Um, there's a video of Neil Adams teaching some students, and he's saying, "This is how you hold the pen." And it is not an easy trick, man. But it does actually give you a good curly cue if you can do it right. All right, let's try it on this one. Oh, that was a nice sweeping line. Doing this crazy fur ruff is tough for the same reason that drawing like a lady's hair is tough. It's, you understand it in concept. Oh, I'm drawing tresses, I'm drawing pieces of hair. I'm not trying to draw every individual curl, but you've got to be really graceful, and I don't have the grace yet. So I've got to work on that. All right. Now that's our start. How do we detail it? How do we go in and, like, among other things, and I don't want to mess with his face because I think I nailed the face right here. Even like, once this dries, it's because of this Kuretake ink. I could get my markers out and try and color it and shit like that. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. For those of you who are new to this channel, I suck at color. Well, I've got some markers. I don't know. I mean, I say that, but I'm probably as good as any average, you know, noob comic artist. I think I'm probably around the same. All right, I want to do like lots of shadow underneath. One thing where I think I do fairly okay is just like a gray watercolor pen or gray marker. I could do like a gray Copic, cool gray or something. But you won't get the full creeper effect here. I also have half of mine to paint in black around. I mean, to really frame them out. I have a gel crayon, which might be a lot of fun. The one I used, if Windblock is out there, the one I used when I did the Vortex character, I did like just fucking around with a gel crayon, and I just kind of did it, and with my finger I smudged it. But it totally works. All right, I'm gonna do like a plume of smoke, a cloud behind him. The sudden fear that I'd put my hand in the ink. Oh my god. All right. Now, before I F this up. Oh, see right there. Right there. I'm just going to let it dry there. Now I can't close the book until that dries. But let's tone in the stripes on his fighting briefs. Fighting underwear. I don't know if you put my hand in there. I always try to imagine Steve Ditko coming up behind me and smacking me on the back of the head. What are you doing? All right, here we go. I want to do like a. There we go. Make him a little bit more menacing there. Let's do some sweat beads. You don't need. Okay, tell you what. We're gonna wipe my pen off. Would it be cool to have like in the background a bunch of ha 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 in the background? I think that would be cool, but it might be a lot of fucking work, and I'm I could probably letter it. Hang on. Got some water, baby. Got some water. So my problem is that This nib is a little bit dirty. Nib pen ink is sticky. It's not like fountain pen ink at all. I'm really used to fountain pen ink, which is water soluble. But the problem with that is I couldn't color over it. I couldn't marker over it or do anything with it. And sometimes it takes a long time to dry too. It's more watery. What are we at, 36 minutes? Creeper is as cool as Green Goblin. It's got a little bit of Green Goblin in him, a little bit of Spider-Man in him, a little bit of the Question in him. He's got a similar kind of um, origin story. He's a journalist. I'm trying to clean off my nib and let this dry a little bit. All right, so what do you think of the sweat? I put the sweat on his head there because I want him to look really maniacal. All right, this is looking okay. How's my nib look? All right, putting them back on the nib holder. These are really nice nibs. This is a G. I don't know what that is actually. I think it's a G. I have the more spoony ones on this guy. I seem to recall this guy is not as nice. Should I go for it? The nib holder is nicer. Ooh. That doesn't feel stable. This one's... I don't like this nib holder. There we go. Don't want to screw this up. It does do nice thin lines, though. I was feeling right. We go out. We come in. What if we did do the... I'm good. Oh, All right. Come on now. Maybe. I don't want to overwork it. Could this be what we're looking for? 45 minutes of the Creeper. I can watch this nib. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, follow, and subscribe. There will be more Sketchbook Destroyer. Dang, yo. Dag, yo. Is he coming through? I think he's coming through. All right. I'm gonna zip him back up. All right. More Sketchbook Destroyer in the future. I don't know how regular I'm going to do this, but I do enjoy doing it, so keep on rocking. And ink on my fingers. I got blisters on my fingers.